Sometimes my hair looks like this, and sometimes it looks like this. And those two are pretty different. So how do I go from this to this, back to this? Well, to go from curly hair to straight hair, I just add heat. Let's explore the science behind that a little bit more. There are 3 types of bonds in hair, but what we're talking about today has to do with 2 of them: hydrogen bonds and disulfide bonds. You may have heard of a hydrogen bond in your high school chemistry class, but did they teach you that these kinds of bonds are responsible for the curls in your hair? If you take a look at the diagram, these are 2 water molecules. The bonds that connect the atoms in each molecule are covalent bonds, and the bonds that connect the molecules to each other are the hydrogen bonds. These molecules are polar, meaning the electrons are shared unequally, so the atoms are charged. For example, in these H2O molecules, the hydrogen atoms are slightly positively charged, and the oxygen atoms are slightly negatively charged. The hydrogen atoms of one molecule are then attracted to the oxygen atom of the other molecule, forming a bond. Hydrogen bonds are the weakest bonds in your hair, but they are still very strong. They are broken by heat and water, including humidity. When hair is wet, the bonds will reform to the shape that the hair dries in, so actions like braiding the hair temporarily create loose curls. Straightening the hair with heat quickly breaks the bonds, and then the bonds are reformed in the new shape as the hair cools. And this happens also when hydrogen bonds with nitrogen or fluorine atoms. To go back to curly hair, you just add water. My hair was already slightly curly when I got in the shower because of the humidity in the air. It had rained twice. And then it had been braided in French braids before the video. So another example of how the hydrogen bonds are important to the temporary curl process. So you see my hair convert back to its natural state. Speaking of natural hair texture, the other type of bond, disulfide bonds, are what are responsible for your natural hair texture. Disulfide bonds are the other type of bond. They are formed when the sulfur atoms in amino acid residues, in this case cysteine residues, bond together. These bonds are responsible for the shape of the proteins. The proteins in hair being keratin, and therefore these bonds are the origin of hair texture. They are so strong that they hold together when hair is wet. They can only be broken with chemical relaxers, but once they're broken, they cannot reform. Now you know the chemistry behind your hair. I hope you keep this in mind as you continue to take care of your hair. And if you want to learn more, there are links to sources in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye!